My name is Gerhard van Rooyen. I'm the site manager for Naylor Love Construction. So we've rented this space to build these modules as part of the 10 Decant Wards project at the Wellington Hospital. So the point of this project is to create additional space for Wellington Hospital. So the uniqueness about these pods are that it's never been done before in a hospital type ward facility. These pods are fully clinical areas that's got all the medical requirements that we need for a fully functional ward. This is the first time it's been done in New Zealand, and we'll be pretty excited once it all pulls off. The most exciting thing about this job is the pace that we're working at. The first pod we started building in the start of March. So we are now at the end of June and we've got nearly all 8 pods ready to go. Logistically, it is a little bit tight in the warehouse, so moving things around, it's just time and skill from boys who's done really well so far to get us out without any hitches.
My name is Dan Herbison, also known as Herbie. I am a client-side project manager. The main challenges of building this decant ward would be being in a working hospital and the work hours as well. Another one of the challenges we had here is connecting into the existing building. Through the roof of theatres and also the cut-in. There's 2 cut-ins into the side of the new building, and those 2 cut-ins for the main entry and also a secondary fire egress.
The other logistical challenge was obviously how we're going to create a pod that's craneable effectively, to make it rigid enough so that it will not break, crack as we're moving it around. The pod's width is just about 7.3 metres wide by 7.3 metres long, effectively a square box. So you can imagine that we're taking up 2 lanes. One of the challenges is making sure that the timing's absolutely right, that there's no other roadworks on the side, isolating it down to 1 lane. But also the travelling of the pods had to be done at night because the roads, obviously, they don't have amount of traffic on the roads as well. There's a lot of finishes already in the pod. We've got wall linings on, we've got services within the pods, we've got vinyl in the pods. So the pods are effectively ready to be assembled on site with minimal amount of work to get us through to the end where we can actually use it.
So the crane lift at the hospital, it is a live hospital environment still. So obviously we've got helicopters that could take off or land at any stage. So we'll be in contact with emergency department throughout the night.
I'd say we've got a successful lift. It's 3:30 a.m. The first pod has now been placed in position on top of the grillage. We are at this moment bolting it down, and as you can see over here, the crane has just come to lift in the second pod. I think we can safely say that the second one will go in as well as the first one, just with the added challenge of bolting the 2 together. The most exciting thing for me about tonight is our plan that we had initially from day dot is now coming to fruition. And the plan 4 or 5 months ago is the same plan that we have today.
There were a few parties involved. We had Naylor Love driving the project, engineers from Aurecon. We had Fire HQ, Neat Design were our project architects. The other contributors who were very key to this were the technical services team from Wellington Hospital. And the last person who was very important to the look and feel of this place was Anne Boland, that clinical project manager from Wellington Hospital. She essentially steered us in the direction. The team working on the decant ward have worked well together. We trust each other, really good relationships, really good communication. And I think that's what's really kept everyone sort of heading in the same direction.